What's up everyone, it's a knife seller here, and today I'm going to be doing a sharpening video, and it's on this GEC number 38, and I'm just going to be sharpening the main Wharncliffe blade of this knife. And it's been kind of a weird experience sharpening this knife. I've sharpened it a couple times, and it's like I feel like I'm holding my angle really good. I feel like I'm doing the best I really do, and I'm still, when it comes off the stone, it's not shaving hair, which is just kind of a little bit weird to me. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try and, I just wanted to record this. I'm going to lock in and try and get the best edge I can on this knife. So I'm going to be starting on my Work Sharp 300 grit stone. Yes, this is a $50 system, and even with owning nicer things, this is the stone that I use when I want to hog off material. Don't really know why I'm using water. Sometimes I just like to see how the water looks on the diamond stone, but yeah, let's get started. So looking at my edges right now, this bevel right here looks a lot bigger than this one. So when I go here, I think I'm gonna drop it a bit, just try and even it out. Yeah, looking at my bevel now, that looks pretty good. No burr yet. This is 1095 as a steel. So one thing that I've thought about doing with a Wharncliffe, I don't know, it's kind of a weird idea, but what if you found, like if this was low enough to the ground, you could just, like, since you're holding the same straight angle the whole time, like put a finger on the table and then drag that finger across back and forth and make sure that it's at the same spot every time. I was thinking maybe that could work. I don't know, just an idea, just kind of help to hold your angle. But this is too high up to where it'd be kind of weird to hold my finger like that the whole time. But so the reason I just switched to one hand there was to basically make sure I'm hitting everything, because usually I'll keep my pointer finger up towards the tip, one to help control and stabilize the knife more, but also to make sure that when my finger touches the stone, I am reaching all the way to the tip. So yeah, it feels like I got a small burr going across the entire length of the knife. So that is promising. Hopefully that this next side goes good as well. I guess I'll put more water on here because I guess that's what I'm doing today. Don't really know why, but here we go. Did you hear how like rough that noise was on there? Well, if you're not sure what that was actually the burr breaking off of the knife. I don't even know. This is one of those ones where I might feel the tiniest burr on there. Yeah, I don't want to form a huge burr just because when you do that, you're removing unnecessary steel. But yeah, so I also don't want to not form a burr at all and then not apex the knife. So I guess it's just kind of a tie between. But when you get more experience at feeling for a burr, usually you'll know when it is. But if you are a beginner sharpener, I would suggest, forming enough of a burr to where you can really feel it. Because when you get more experience and better, you'll careful with that, and you're really not removing as much steel as a lot of people think. I feel like that is kind of a myth in the sharpening world. They're like, oh, you sharpen it a couple times and it's gone from 20 thousandths to 23 thousandths, and yeah, I don't really think that's the case, because I over sharpen my knives probably just because I enjoy sharpening, and I really have not noticed any of them getting like too thick to the point where I can't cut something. One interesting thing about like the traditional knife world is since I got this GEC, I've been getting into traditionals a little bit more, and it seems like there's a lot of people who sharpen their knives in a very standard way. You know, in the pocket knife world, it seems like people are like, I do freehand, I use a KME, Wicked Edge, Edge Pro, or I don't sharpen my knives at all. Usually it's not just like, yeah, I grab a little pocket diamond stone, go like that, and it's good enough for me. But I feel like that's the case a lot of times in the traditional knife world, which I think is kind of cool. I think part of the reason is a lot of these traditional knives use simple carbon steels, simple stainless steels, and also a lot of times they have these little blades like that, and those aren't, you wouldn't clamp that in a Wicked Edge and try and sharpen it. That'd just be kind of a waste. But honestly, I haven't sharpened those two secondary blades just because I've used them, probably carried this knife for about a week, maybe used them once or twice. So I don't really need to sharpen them, but some people like that they're there. I don't really care. This Wharncliffe though has come in really handy. I really enjoy having this as a secondary knife. I actually carried this by itself one day. I was like, you know, I don't really feel like I'm going to use my knife very much. I actually did end up using it a little bit, but this one came in handy. I just threw it kind of in my fifth pocket, and it was great. I really enjoyed carrying it. But let me just feel if there's still a burr on here. Doesn't really feel like it, so yeah, that is good. Let's move on to my next stone, which is going to be the 600 grit Atoma. And sorry if this video is a little bit longer. You know, I'm at the point where it's like I just want to make a sharpening video just because I'm sharpening a knife, and I feel like the people who want to see a good sharpening video are happy for it to be long, because I know that when I like to sharpen, I like to turn on a video usually from like Neves Knives, Jeff Jewell, Perfection, just kind of have it as background noise, or I'll turn it on a podcast or something. I don't really know, but yeah, let's move to this other side, or this other stone. Kind of wobble a little bit there with my angle. Let me just try and correct that a little bit. I should be getting the 47, the Viper from GEC tomorrow, so I'm actually really excited about that, because I feel like it'll be similar to this knife with the main primary Wharncliffe blade, but a little bit bigger, a little bit more capable, and I feel like that's going to be a knife that I just carry all the time. It's the one in burlap micarta with the basic satin bolsters, satin blade, just kind of the working man's finishes, I think some people call it. I don't know if I just made that up or not, but yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the polished bolsters and stuff like it is on this knife. This one has a satin blade though with no etch, which I really like, but bolsters are polished, and it's just, I don't know, not the most appealing thing to me, just because there's like hairline scratches on them, and they get scratched up really easy in your pocket if they hit anything, and it's just like, yeah, it'd look good if you kept it in a safe forever. But I feel like if you carry it a little bit, it's going to look a lot more used than it actually is, which I don't really mind. But So I don't even know if I'm really trying to form a burr here. I'm just gonna switch to this next side and then see what the edge is at after that. That's kind of what I like to do in sharpening, just feel it out. If it's not good, no big deal. Just work back again, form a healthy burr off this stone, and then move on. Alright. It is kind of weird using a stone that's like, I think it's 3 inches in diameter on such a small knife. It is nice though, because it's a Wharncliffe. I really don't have to move it though. I could really just go back and forth, but the tip on this is just slightly raised. So I just kind of move it down and then back up just to really make sure I'm hitting that tip. Still don't feel like I'm completely getting that burr off. There, I'll just do a couple more passes the other way and then we should be good. Just want to make sure I'm locking in my angle here. Yeah, it feels pretty good. One more very, very light pass right here. We should be good. So I actually plan on bringing this up to a higher grit just because I feel like I've been on a toothy edge kick recently and I'm kind of tired of it now. This is secondary, so I'm just using it for fine stuff, so might as well have a really sharp edge on there. Hopefully I'm getting this on camera. Feels pretty good. Sounds very coarse, but pretty sharp in general. Could still just be maybe a little bit of a burr left on there. Let me see if it'll shave, don't know. Feels pretty nice. I'm just gonna move on to the Spyderco medium big stone. Let me get that out really quick. Wow, this piece is tight on there. Alright, I'm gonna get my dish soap and water mix and put it on here. And then let's get started. one issue. Like Wharncliffes, a lot of people are like, man, these are really easy to sharpen, and they are easier to sharpen. But something I feel like when you get used to drop point blades, just kind of the sweeping motion like that, it's kind of like a muscle memory. And so switching back to a Wharncliffe, just because I don't own that many, it's very hard just to keep it steady the whole time. And so yeah, that could be one of the reasons that I'm not getting the edge that I want. But all right, now I'm going to move on to the ultra fine. Let's go with the full mirror polish, I guess. My hands are a little wet, so it's really hard to open this container up. All right, there we go. I really do like this stone holder. It comes in handy a whole lot, and just holds pretty much everything. I'm pretty sure this can actually hold a 1x6 stone, which is cool. Like if you're, I think that's what an Edge Pro is. So, you know, if there's like a really expensive stone that you want and you have one of these, you can actually freehand on it. Now, it's probably not the easiest thing to freehand on. You probably slip off the stone a lot, but still, it is kind of a cool design. Looking at that edge, looks pretty polished. Yeah, I don't really care that much about the mirror polish and this bevel. These knives are very thin behind the edge, so the bevel's so small, you really don't pick it up that much. But it does have, you do polish off of this stone, so. Stone just sounds good. It's so quiet. I really, really like these high grit stones, and I wish I used them more, but on my main knives, I just kind of like to keep it toothy. If I can get good enough of an edge off there, it doesn't really bother me, because when you bring it up to a full mirror polish, yes, it is sharper, but it's not like crazy amounts sharper than it would be just off of a coarser stone. That burr just broke off a little bit right there, which is cool. Sorry if I'm not talking much. I just trying to focus on this, and I honestly don't have much to say. All right, so I actually had my tripod propped up on the strops here, so I'm just gonna have to move the camera a little bit to get my strop out, but I'm going to test the edge really quick right here. Yeah, so it's nice and sharp off that stone, but I feel like it will probably get sharper off of the strop, so I'm gonna move that right there. And honestly, I can just strop right in front of the camera. I'm just going to be stropping on 1 micron gunny juice on basswood. I've really been liking gunny juice. I would suggest buying it. It's the best stropping compound I've ever tried. Now, I haven't honestly tried that much of Diamond Paste for strops. Really just some of your standard stuff and some stuff from Jindy. But gunny juice is really nice. I am a big fan of it so far. But stropping, I'm gonna make sure to keep my angle all the way throughout the same. And one thing about, I don't know if it's basswood or gunny juice, but there is very, very good feedback. Like, I'm gonna be quiet and see if you guys can hear this. Let me just. It's very quiet, but you can hear sometimes, at least on this 1 micron, a little bit of kind of, I don't know, abrasion, I guess. I don't know what the word would be for it. But once that smooths out, that pretty much means I'm done stropping, or at least that's what I've done with it. I'm gonna switch to this side. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but smoothing out a bit. See what we're feeling like. Feels, I don't even know what it feels like. Let's get an edge test on here. I'm gonna strop a little bit more because I feel like I could do better. Hope I was on camera there. I was just kind of focused. All right. Let's see what we're at now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And it will shave hair. You know, I'm greedy. I'm just gonna do 2 more passes on each side. If I mess this whole thing up, I'm gonna be very, very mad. Alright. I can S-cut a little bit. It's honestly kind of hard to S-cut with a worn clip just because that tip is trying to cut through it. But yep. That is nice and sharp. I'm happy with that. So yeah, sorry if this video got a little bit lengthy, but I just wanted to bring you guys through my whole process. So yeah, we can push cut through that. The edge feels pretty good. Feels rougher at the tip almost. You know, I thought I could wrap up a video, but turns out I can't. I'm just gonna strop the tip a little bit. Alright. Yeah, that's pretty good. I should just stop. So I'm happy with that edge. I feel like it's pretty nice. Sounds very good off the stone. Seems pretty reflective. Do I have anything to show it off on? Yeah, I got some Barkeeper Syren right here. Oh yeah, that's nice. Alright, well, that's all I got for today. Sorry that this video was pretty unprofessional, just kind of laid back. Just wanted to sharpen, show you how I've been kind of struggling recently trying to get a hair shaving edge on this. But I did, just took all the way going to a mirror polish. So I'm curious, maybe there was some fatigue steel on there and it just took me all this time to get that off. I don't know, but I am content with it now. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one.